Today, let us answer the question how to ignore your current circumstances when you are manifesting. Because here is the truth, my friend. This is the most challenging thing when it comes to applying Neville Goddard's work and the law of assumption. Most people, they get so attached to their circumstances, and anytime they experience something contradictory to what they're imagining within their inner world, they feel as if the law is not working. And so, if we were to be absolutely honest here and like absolutely real, we can see that it's really challenging. It's like, honestly, it is really challenging to ignore our circumstances. And the reason behind that is because it's like we are attached, we are feelingly attached to what our circumstances mean to us. So it is absolutely pointless to try to ignore your circumstances and to force yourself into ignoring them, because you cannot fight that. Like, you cannot fight yourself to ignore something that you experience on the outside, to which you have an emotional attachment, which makes you feel like as if you are fighting yourself to ignore it. And when you're fighting with something on the outside, then this means that you believe it to be real. So this is definitely not the approach. But luckily, I have found another way of doing this, another like approach of doing this. It's like a simple loophole that I'll explain in this video. And my hope for explaining it is that you understand how easy it is to ignore it by shifting your perspective about contradictory circumstances that you experience, contradictory to the manifestation that you're attracting to yourself. So here is what I suggest that you try. Instead of fighting and trying to force yourself to not be influenced by the circumstances in the outer world, change your perception about them. So instead of fighting them, instead of like trying to affirm on top of your resistance how you should feel about them, and like trying to force yourself into everything is going out great, like what everybody else teaches, or like just saying, oh no, everything is working out in my favor, when inwardly you feel as if you're skeptical as fuck, and it's like you can never overwhelm this feeling of skepticism and worry with just a simple affirmation. What you can do instead is accepting that the circumstances you experience, they are here as a reminder, they're here as a gift sent to you from your higher self, reminding you that it is time to let go of your resistance to the circumstances, and they're here as a gift and a reminder to let you shift your awareness to the state of your desire already being fulfilled. So here is the shift in consciousness. Here is the biggest shift basically that I realized, and here is the trick about it. Instead of fighting, instead of trying to force yourself to be positive when things on the outside look negative, right, and you're worried that your manifestation won't come because you're too attached to the outer circumstances and you can't ignore them, just next time you feel that, say to yourself, oh, this is great, it's perfect, because circumstances, the contradictory circumstances that are appearing, they're appearing as a reminder, as a gift from my higher self to let me know that it is time for me to let go of my resistance so that I can focus on the state of my desire already being fulfilled. And here is the thing, my friend. Feeling is the secret. When you fight something, you give it reality. You say that it's real. But when you accept something, when you accept your circumstances the way they are, and then you just say to yourself, oh, they're a reminder for me to shift my state of consciousness. This is absolutely beautiful. Then you're grateful about their appearance. And when you're grateful about their appearance, it's so much easier to transition to a higher state of consciousness rather than if you were to fight them. Because fighting is rejecting. Fighting them means that you're perceiving them as real, and it's like you're under their control already. So it doesn't work. And the loophole here is that you shift your perception from fighting to being grateful, that they're here to remind you that it's time to shift your level of consciousness. And now let's see why this is the case. Let's contemplate a little of Nevilles' teaching so that you can understand how this works. And then I'll give you an example of how I apply it in my life and in my client's life. So here is what Neville states. You cannot serve two masters or opposing state of consciousness at the same time. It's not possible. So taking your attention from one state and placing it upon the other, you die to the one from which you have taken it, and you live and express the one with which you are united. So if you were to die from the state from which you are taking your attention, this means that you don't perceive it as real. Meaning that, well, if you die to your present state of limitation, then you must be grateful about the circumstances which are contradictory to the manifestation that you're attracting to yourself. So this is why if you accept them as reminders, if you accept them as gifts, it's so much easier to shift your state of consciousness to the state of your desire already being fulfilled. And here is what Neville states next. The nature of the manifestation is determined by the state of consciousness in which I dwell. I am always drawing into my world that which I am conscious of being now. Meaning that if you were to fight your circumstances, well, you're dwelling in the state of limitation, in the state of resistance. So what you're saying actually is, shit, I actually like my state of limitation and I prefer myself to stay there. Because if you fight, you accept it as real. But if you're grateful and accept that the present circumstances are here as reminders for you to step out of their state of consciousness and into the state of consciousness of your desire being fulfilled, then you're using them as a transition. So it's like they're reminding you to get back into your state of presence awareness. I am grateful that they're here to awaken me back to presence awareness, so that from presence awareness, I can ask myself, how would I feel if I were already the person I would want to be? How would I feel if I were already in the presence of the person who would I want to be? How would I perceive this circumstance? And then it's like, it's natural to be grateful because you see it as, oh shit, this is a reminder. This is my higher self reminding me that it's time to let go of my resistance, not force myself, let go of my resistance. And this is how you ignore. You ignore it by letting it go. And then it's so much easier to transition into the other master that you serve, which is your desire already being fulfilled. Does it make sense? Can you see it now? Can you see how it works? Let's go a little bit further. So basically, what I'm saying, like this whoop hope, this change of perception, it's basically a shift of consciousness in which you start to treat your circumstances as gifts and reminders, helping you to let go of your present limitations. Now your present limitations, these are your limiting beliefs and your states of limiting beliefs and states of being. So they're reminders helping you let go of your present limitation so that you can transition to the state of your desire already being fulfilled. And now, practically, when I apply that for my life and for the people I work with, it's like I initially, like for the first month they're applying the law of assumption, I tell them, okay, you need to understand, identify what are all your limiting beliefs that make you so much attached to the outward circumstances. Because when you understand the inner psychological beliefs through which you perceive your outer circumstances, and then you start taking responsibility for your beliefs, it's so much easier next time you feel triggered, next time you feel anxious, next time you feel skeptical, to see that, aha, I feel skeptical because a limiting belief I've had has been triggered. And so it's inviting me, like this circumstance, it's a gift from my higher self, inviting me to let go so that I can transition my attention, my awareness to my ideal, to the feeling of my ideal, to the feeling of my desire already being fulfilled. And so if you were to not investigate your beliefs initially, then it's so hard to ignore circumstances because you find yourself unconsciously being attached to the outcome of your manifestation. And since you don't know your unconscious belief systems that are unconsciously influencing your state of awareness, then you're fighting with reality, and you cannot fight with reality, because if you fight with reality, the paradox is that you're believing it to be real. And if it is real, you're perpetuating the same state of consciousness. So do you see why it's so crucial and important to understand what are your limiting beliefs? Because the more you know about them, the easier it is to let them go in the moment they are triggered. And so next time you feel triggered because of an outward appearance, outward circumstance, then it's so much easier to accept it as a reminder, because now you know your limiting beliefs. You're not like, it's not the first time you're facing them. And when you know them, it's like, oh shit, my limiting belief is getting triggered, so that I release it from my awareness. I don't serve two masters. You cannot serve two masters or two opposing states of consciousness, meaning that you need to let go of the one first, of the resistant one, of the opposing one, the one who feels triggered, the one who is insecure. And you let go of it by first understanding that what is influencing your consciousness is not the circumstance, it's your belief about it. And so the more you know about your beliefs, the easier it is to let go. The easier it is to let go, the easier it is to step into the consciousness of your ideal already being fulfilled. And so that's why self-awareness is a huge part of this journey, and you cannot skip it. Like, you need to take some time to investigate your belief systems, because by doing so, you can let go of them the moment they're triggered. And by letting go of them, you can step into the consciousness of your ideal already being fulfilled. Because it's like you cannot serve two masters, right? It makes sense now. So yeah, this is the message I wanted to share, that it's so crucial that you start letting go, that you actually first investigate your belief system so that you can let them go, so that you're not as attached to circumstances as you were before. And then you are able to naturally perceive contradictory circumstances to your manifestation as gifts, reminders, helping you to get into the state of consciousness of your desire already being fulfilled. So this is the journey. First, self-awareness. Second, anytime you feel triggered, this is a reminder. So you get back to the state of I am, presence awareness, I am here. Now this circumstance, it's reminding me to let go of my present limitations. And by letting go of them, I can then dwell into the state of my desire already being fulfilled. And then I'm grateful, then I'm fulfilled. Then I know that, oh shit, I'm experiencing this contradictory circumstance because it's reminding me that my manifestation is coming. And now you're not forcing it, now it's natural, because you have taken the time to investigate your beliefs. So if you understand that, my friend, like this video, comment down below, let me know what is your experience. And if you're new to letting go, and if you're new to investigating your belief systems, you should definitely check out this video I have about letting go, because it will help you get a much greater understanding of what it means to let go. And the more you understand it, the easier it will be in your life. I will attach it here in the end of this video. So if you want to check it out, check it out. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what is your experience with ignoring your physical reality, because obviously, like, truthfully, you can also share something that is of value to other people who are watching this channel. So I would love to see your experience. Comment down in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Daniel, your host from the Soulful Relationships channel, which is committed to helping you experience the most conscious, uplifting, and meaningful relationships. And actually, if you if this is a priority of yours, check out a training. Like, I have a 3-phase training sharing with you the 3 phases you go through until you're surrounded only by people who support and lift you up. So if this is something that is a priority for you now, check out the training in the comments. It's 2 hours long, and it will show you the whole process, which includes the wall of assumption, investigation of beliefs, like setting boundaries, connecting to your vision. It's such a beautiful process. Check it out in the comments, and I would love to see you around. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.